I don't know why you feel that way. You don't look skinny. You look like a woman.
Petite woman.
All right, we're live.
That's like that. You ready?
Yeah. Nowadays?
What's up, student body? We back again with another live stream. Our second live stream to be exact. So the schedule, guys, is going to be every Monday, Tuesday. What is it, 8 p.m.? Today we started a little bit late.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, 8 p.m. for about, a month. And then it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 8 p.m. for like, what, a month?
Yeah.
And then it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And we'll decide what other fourth day that we're going to add. So we're going to be gradually ramping it up to about 4 days a week, guys. And depending on the feedback, depending on the views and all that good stuff, we'll determine what the exact workload will be for the week. All right, guys? So we got a ton of different ideas and concepts. It's going to be pretty much a variety show or a variety stream. Mm-hmm. So, I got to do some shit that's not being done, right? That's the rules. I got to keep changing the game for you guys. So we got a beautiful young lady in the house today, which is a little bit different than what we did yesterday. Yesterday we had a full house with six
girls.
Yeah, so it was a zoo in here, guys. If you didn't see it, watch it on the playback. So we decided to flip it and do the opposite. Instead of a group, we decided to do one girl, and we'll see how that live stream goes, and we'll play with it until we figure out what's the ideal amount of ladies. Right?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, guys. So stay tuned. Like Andy said, we got some really cool things in store, and we're gonna try to lighten the mood a little bit. Everything isn't gonna be. We're gonna show you guys you can have fun too, man. It's not gonna be all this aggressiveness. Yesterday we had some light moments, and then we had some crazy moments. So that's kind of what we're looking to go for, guys. And it's a teaching experience, so definitely take notes. But I do want to introduce our lovely guest. Give us your name, your age, and your relationship status.
So I'm Nareem. You can call me Red for obvious reasons. I'm 31 years old, and I'm currently in a relationship for 3 years. Prior to, though, I was married for 7, and I was divorced. So I've been with my boyfriend for now 3 years, and it's going good.
Okay. Wow. I just learned a bunch about you. Yeah, guys, I try to ask as little questions as possible, so that I'm just as shocked as you guys are. But I didn't know you were in your 30s, though. I thought you were like in your late 20s.
Yeah, I aged like fine wine.
And I didn't know you were married.
I was married. So I was married for 7 years. It ended up being very interesting as far as the toxicity. It became a very toxic relationship. If we want to get into it, but if you don't, just to summarize, it just got very toxic. It went from emotional to verbal to mental to physical, and then I decided to eventually walk away after 7 years of trying it the most that I could, and I walked away, and I'm very proud of myself. I don't think a lot of women are able to be in that position and walk away, so I'm very proud of myself on that. And then after I came back, because I'm born and raised in Miami. I actually moved to Tampa for a little bit, and then once I separated myself, I came back to Miami, and very funny story, but I ended up being in a relationship 4 months after my separation of 7 years. So that's pretty interesting, because most would think that I would have a life of partying and dating, but I ended up rekindling with a very good friend of mine from high school that I knew since I was 15. Yeah.
They always got a guy in reserve.
Yeah,
really?
It's always a dude. Because she says friend. That guy always liked you. He always had a crush.
And he did.
He's like no damn
and he
friend.
did. No, you're right.
You're
right. You're absolutely
use the right verbiage in here.
He just really did. The fact is,
he's in the friend zone, maybe.
Right. He was. No. So what happened was there was no communication, as far as neither one of us kind of maybe ever said that we were interested in each other, even though that feeling was there. But no one ever crossed boundaries.
Don't pussyfoot around. Cross them damn boundaries.
No,
so wait,
we didn't.
who reached out? How did?
So actually, it's pretty messed up to say, but within my marriage, I was having such a difficult time, unfortunately, and I know that's terrible on my behalf. I actually reached out to him, and it was kind of like a cry for help in a way. I reached out to him, we spoke, and like I think we spoke for like a day, and the next day I was like, hey, I can't do this, I apologize, like I can't talk to you.
Okay.
So that happened, and then when I came back to Miami, I thought of him since I reached out in the middle of everything that was happening, and I kind of left him dry there. So I reached out to him, and sure enough, he left me on red. So one day just like kind of like was wondering like, hey, like this doesn't seem like him, like let me hit him up. And sure enough, I did. I slid back into his DMs, and I was like, hey, what's
Why
going
you
on?
ignoring me, yo?
You normally mess with me, so what's going on here? But yeah, it was kind of more, he assumed that I was like out dating because I was posting with friends.
Right.
So he didn't reach out back, but we ended up talking and we linked up, and ever since then I took a leap of faith really with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we looking for there?
No, I was trying to get rid of those two.
Okay, we'll probably do it in the back end.
Yeah.
It's
So wait, you didn't tell us who divorced to. Did you file for divorce, or did the...
No, so for sure I made him pay for the divorce.
made
Dude,
him pay for it.
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna pay for something that he caused.
What I'm saying, you filed for divorce though.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I filed for divorce.
Why?
Because the last memory that I have of this individual, my ex-husband, is him putting his hands on my throat and choking me. The scary part was that really I pushed him off, and you would think that the normal person would just, take a second and be like, oh, I messed up. But no, he came back a second time, and that kind of really just set me off. And I was like, no, this man will eventually get to a point where he's so emotionally, out of pocket where he won't even realize what he's doing. And I decided to just leave at that moment. I was like, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna... I called off everything. I left my job in Tampa and I drove home. As I was driving home, I remember clearly feeling like I can see colors again. I can hear music. It really was a detrimental experience, I would say. I mean, I ended up having PTSD due to the relationship, and because of all the emotional and mental and, not as much physical abuse, but I would say, obviously there was physical abuse. But yeah, I ended up having that and having to go through that and deal with that and heal. I wouldn't say I'm fully healed, but I'm definitely better than I would have expected. That's for sure.
Where it gets tricky though is, would you say that the sex is better when the guy or the relationship is toxic?
No, not with this particular person. He was addicted to porn. So when I would wake up in the morning, like at 7 in the morning, and I would want to wrap my hair in a bun, let's just keep it lightly, before work, he would tell me, oh no, I came already. And I'd be like,
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Right?
How did you come?
No,
He went to the bathroom and he watched porn.
Okay.
And
I'm
the
like,
first thing
why
he
the
did
bathroom
was,
though?
because that's where you go when you first wake up, you pee.
Oh yeah, that's an addiction for real.
It's an addiction.
Yeah,
I found
that's
out
like,
years
that's like
later.
That's like wake and bake.
That
no,
too.
I mean, so does a woman look at that as like a form of cheating? No.
Truthfully, no, not for me. I think that's normal.
No, but I mean, if he's not performing with
yes,
you
absolutely,
because
yes, absolutely.
he's cheating on you with himself,
my aspect,
right?
In my
with the screen,
in my
with
scenario,
himself.
absolutely, yes, I would consider that cheating because he wasn't giving me the.
So how did this relationship last so long though?
Because of the manipulation that, like, as soon as you feel like you've caught this person and you have all the right answers and you can tell this person, okay, that it's like they'll have these manipulative ways of saying, like I've had this man down in my knees, like I will kill myself if you leave me, like,
Oh, that's the weakest.
and it is
weakest
an
shit ever.
emotional kind of
Yeah,
like,
that is the weirdest type
Yeah.
of hostage situation.
yeah,
Like if you
Yeah.
don't answer this phone, I'm gonna hurt myself.
yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
you're better than me, because I'll be like, go ahead and hurt yourself.
And I
Go ahead and
think,
hurt yourself, bro.
to be fair, I think it's I accept it a lot because I felt as if I can fix the situation.
Yeah, that's a big mistake women make. They're always trying to fix
Right.
somebody.
I agree. And I couldn't have.
Not-
I
it's not a
learned
good
that
look.
from experience. You will never be able to fix someone that does not want to be helped, for sure.
So wait, so you touched on the longest relationships, right? So I'm assuming 7 years. That was the
The longest, for
longest
sure.
relationship that you ever had. Okay, that makes sense. What do you have for SB?
So this is an interesting one because you already have a boyfriend and someone's already chosen you to be, or you know already in a situation. But I want to ask you,
Sure.
fresh face out the shower. Actually, no. Let's do your whole look, everything. What would you rate yourself? Like if you could give yourself a rating from 1 to 10, what would you
What
say?
would I rate myself? Truthfully,
Yeah, overall,
um,
physical though.
how I see myself,
Yeah,
I would say 7.
7. Okay,
Yeah.
that's definitely reasonable. The girls yesterday all gave themselves 9s, 9.5s.
Oh, they're very confident.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look,
I don't believe that. I don't think they're confident at all. I actually think that when the girls say
I
that
was
they're
kind of
a
sarcastic a
10,
little bit, but
that's actually a lack of confidence,
right.
because you're not even comfortable
With admitting.
being exactly. You're not even
Exactly.
you're not even comfortable just being honest. So that means you're not comfortable with the honest answer.
Right.
And I think that's why there was so much wiggling with the questions I was asking. I was asking a very simple, basic question. I'm going to ask you the same question right now.
Sure.
Who do you think makes better traditional wives? Western women or foreign women?
I think foreign.
Yeah, but no other girl can answer it. Out of 6 women,
yeah,
you spend about 5 or 6 minutes on that question and not one of them could answer it.
yeah.
The first girl was like, oh, well, it depends and it's complicated and
No.
it doesn't depend on anything. I'm comparing 2 different demographics. And I asked, who would make a better wife? Now, I might have neglected to put the word traditional in there to kind of help them out, but I shouldn't need to sugarcoat shit, right? I should be able to just say, who makes a better wife? Because I guarantee you, if I was to say who makes a better husband, Western men or foreign men, these women would have been able to answer quickly, regardless.
Right.
Which
Whether
one
the
they picked,
experience,
it
right.
would have been instant. Just like when we ask guys, hey, how do you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 physically? Guys are quick. I'm a 6. I'm 6.5. Probably like a 7. Guys are quick. No bullshit to it. So when women do that and say, oh, well, I'm confident, it's like, that's not confidence. Confidence is saying I'm a 7 or I'm a 7.5 and I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I would say
I accept the reality of that.
I agree.
Next.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that because at the end of the day, you have to be really rational and realistic about it too, right? It's not just how, you know, the confidence feels within oneself, right? It's just
I'm not seeing that here.
kind of also just the
There it
reality
is.
of it.
Oh no, hit play. Sorry. There we
No,
go.
you're good.
It's right here.
Hit the play button.
Oh, well, I don't need to do. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
so we
To
can
keep it updated.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, I think the more complicated question, or the question that would be more complicated, the person that the question would be more complicated for, is I feel like a girl that's a 9 or a 10. That's the girl that should struggle answering, because it's like, damn, you know, if I say that I'm a 9 or a 10, they're gonna think I'm full of myself. But I mean, I have all these model contracts. I have all these guys telling me I'm so gorgeous. I have all these friends that are uncomfortable going out with me. I have to tone down my beauty to make my friends more comfortable,
Right.
to give them a shot. you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the girl that should be struggling to answer the question, because she doesn't want to come off as
right.
conceited or cocky. So I feel like that's the person that the question is a setup for. But-
So when I answered, do you think I answered genuinely?
Yeah, because I mean, we're not concerned with what the number is. We're just concerned with the reality, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to put it into context, because then when we say, hey, all right, so what, what are your requirements in order for you to take a guy seriously as a boyfriend, or for you to consider being in a committed relationship where you took yourself off the market? You know, what does this guy need to be working with, right? And when we go there, the women have no problem just firing off.
Right.
You know, this height, this earns this kind of money. They'll they'll go to every category with no problem. They go to the physical, they go to the status and finance, they'll go to the personality and character. They'll hit all of those with no problem. But then when we ask them about themselves and they start, they start, well, what do you mean? And this depends, and well, sometimes, and that's like, whoa. But did you want to get to the super chat?
Yeah, let me see. Actually, I can read it from my phone. But yeah, guys, appreciate the super chats. Keep them going. Rich $1.99 says, "Let's get it, boys." What's up, Rich, man? Thank you, bro. Appreciate the super chats.